computer capture. So yeah, that's okay. So now you can see my screen.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
No worries.
Say,
Bye.
I don't have to do anything else on my end.
No.
I've just got to end stream when I finish.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
Right now you're live, so everyone can hear everything and see everything you're doing.
Okay.
No worries.
Thanks.
Bye.
Send me those instructions.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. It's Michael, and we're going to be doing this particular webinar on SmartSuite-Library administration. Okay, so let's start off. If you're an administrator, how do I know I am an administrator? That's simple, easy. All you need to do is you need to be signed in. Okay, so whether you run single sign-on, and we single sign-on with just about anything out there that supports single sign-on, okay, as long as it's industry standard. And then once you signed in, click on the menu, and you need to have as a bare minimum mailbox, paid settings, searching, catalog, circulation, stock take, smart classrooms, reports, configuration, settings, and support. Okay, so if you've got all those functions, or 90% of those functions, you're an administrator. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is I want to be able to look at the authority files. So if I need to add a subject or a series or a location or a so anything that has a list, where do I go to get to these authority files? Simple. All you need to do is click on the menu button, okay? And in the menu button, you go down to configuration, and don't assume just because you got 3 items there that that's it. No, scroll the screen up. Okay, and when you scroll up, you want authority file editor. That's it there. Okay, and in here you will see all your authority files. So it's alphabetical, so audience is first. Click on that. The first one that you'd be interested in is class grade because that's where all the borrowing limits are set. So if you click on the class grade, you should see every year level in your school. Okay, scroll it. Don't assume that's what you see. Scroll it, have a look. So essentially, if you say, all right, so how do I create something that I can't see? Well, how about just put it there and click the plus? And when you do that, okay, let me go and edit the year sevens. What you will get is you'll get this screen. Okay, you need to give it a security number. So basically, from a security point of view, if you're a year 7, you're a 7 security. If you're a year 10, you're a 10 security. If you're a year 12, you're a 12 security. If you're a prep or kindergarten, it's 0. What does that mean? That means if you're a year 7 and you're trying to look at a year 12 book, guess what? It'll say it's out of your range. If you're a year 10 and you're trying to look at a year 12 book, it'll say you can't. But if you're a year 12, then you can look at anything from year 12 and below. If you're a teacher, then your security should be 50, an arbitrary number. Okay, so for all the year levels, it corresponds to their year level. Then teachers 50, and then administrators, give yourself the highest 9999. Okay, how many? So when do you want all the books back in the library? That's the final borrowing date, the expiry date. Okay, my recommendation is think about when you're going to leave, add another 20 years to it, and that's it. That's your expiry date. That's only relevant for year 12s. When you want year 12s not to be able to come into your library to do anything, you can expire them at the end of July when they're not coming back anymore, so that they don't borrow a book on the last day of July and then you never see them again, or borrow a laptop or an iPad. Okay, that's what the expiry date's for, year 12s. Okay, but quite frankly, you can just make everyone expire 20 years from when you are there. And when you see year 12, you can tell them, nope, I don't want you in my library, you're leaving. And if I give you anything, you're going to take it with you. Loan limits, how many items can they borrow, how long they can borrow for, and if you allow them to renew on the web, how many times can they renew an overdue book? They can't. Okay, so renewal period, basically how many days you can renew it for. Can they have multiple copies? Absolutely not. That's only available to teachers. And patron override, that's not 0 as well for students. But if I was a teacher and I said they can borrow for 150 days, then I'll say if they borrow a fiction book or an overnight book, the patron loan limit can override the item. So if a teacher came along and took an overnight loan, it'll actually give it to them for 150 days because I've got the override ticked. Okay, whatever you do, once you're finished doing whatever it is you're doing, remember to click the save. If you do not click the save, those parameters are not going to stick and it's not going to update all the existing people on the system. So there's your authority files. So whenever you need to add loan types, media types, renewal types, or whatever, so this is where you come. So if your loan types are funny, or you don't have a weekly loan, or you don't have a fortnightly loan, or you want to create a term loan or whatever, go to the loan type, put in the word here, whether it's monthly, fortnightly, special loan, all that sort of stuff. And when you click the pencil, you need to tell it the final borrowing date, when you want all the books back, usually the end of the year, and what that definition means. So fortnightly means 14 days. Okay, so you need to have a loan type and a renewal type before you add a patron onto the system, and a class grade. So those are 3 fundamentals. Okay, all right. So how do I add a patron? Simple. Click on the menu, go down to patron, and everything to do with patron is from the patron management button. In here, what it will do, it'll always bring up your record that you're logged in. But I don't want my record, I want Mike. So just go and find who? Mike. And anyone with Mike will then come up and choose the Mike that you want. Okay. And then you can go delete if you want to delete him. It says, are you sure? And I go, yes. And of course, if he's got loans, it will not allow you to delete it. You got to get his loans back in, or at least flag them as lost, and then you can delete him. Okay, so if you want to add a new patron, just go new, give him a number, a barcode, okay, and give him his first name, John, and his surname is John Stew, and his email address, you don't need it. Okay, so We'll go, what class grade is he in? He's in year 8. And what homeroom is he in? He's in homeroom 8. Okay. And then you just go save. And guess what? You just created a patron. But you can turn around and say, oh, can I give him a username instead of remembering this long number? Yeah, absolutely. John dot Stu. That's it. So, what is a username? The username is any name you make up. My recommendation is, first of all, golden rule, put it all in lowercase so it's easy for them to type in, especially if you're primary school. Then make it their first name with a full stop and then their surname. And that way, everyone can log in with their surname. So, how can they log on to the system? They can use this convoluted barcode, or they can use their username. And if everyone's username is the same, their first name, full stop, surname, you have no problem. You can also give them an email, jstue at vic.gov.com.au. Okay. And as long as that's a legitimate email, okay, when you go save, guess what? This particular patron can log in using his barcode, or he can also log in using his username, or he can also log in using his email address. Okay. And of course, if you want to give it a password and you're not running single sign-on, so then you're using the admin password, you can just go click password, create a password, and give them a password of password. Make this a policy. Password all in lowercase, PASSWORD, and validate PASSWORD, and then go change password. Okay, so now his password's password, except I'm giving that password to everyone, so I'm going to say change the password on next login. Yes. And what that will happen do is when he logs in, he'll say, oh, he's a new person. He's never logged in before. His password's going to be password. When he puts that in, he'll say, hi, John, can you give yourself a new password? And off they go. Okay. If you want to upload a photograph of him, take your camera, iPad, whatever, photograph him, and then go upload up here. Pick the picture and then go open, and his image will now appear here. Very simple. Okay, I've shown you how to find, delete, and add a new patron. Really, really simple. Okay, so now I want to catalog a book. How simple is that? Really simple. Now that you've learned how to add, change, or delete a patron record, to catalog a record, menu, catalog, and go catalog. And it will bring up the last record you were working on. And if you've never worked on any record, it'll bring up the first record in the collection. And there it is. Okay. And guess what? It's the same as the patron screen. You go find cat. Anything with cat, bring it up. There it is. Okay. So you can click on the book, and there's the book. If you want to have a look at more information, click on additional information, click on the editor, click on the subjects, click on genres, click on the illustrators, click on the series, click on the notes, click on them. So you have a look at whatever other information you want. Okay. And you can change it. All right. How do I add it? I want to add another subject on here. Just go down to the bottom where there's a blank line and type in ability fiction if you want. Go down here and type in zoo. Okay. Zoo's fiction. So you can add as many things as you like, many subjects as you like, and just go save. Once you finish doing whatever it is you're doing, save. Oh, okay, so that's easy. But I don't want cat's fiction. Well, how about get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that? Just click on the items you don't want anymore. So there you go. Just click it all. And there we are. We're back to just those two subjects. Go save. How do I add copies? So that's how you add anything else. But if you want to add a copy, you find the copy button and click it. And there's all your copies in here. Okay. You can click on add a new copy. It'll take you down to the bottom. You give it the barcode, give it a call number, copy status available, location, sublocation. Okay. The loan type, the renewal type, put in the supplier information, the cost information if you want to. Okay. Once you finish all of that, go save. And you can go back to the top. You can go back to the basic. You can go and add another title to it if it's known by 3 or 4 other names. You can do all of that, and that's all there is. So if you want to add a new record, just like the patron screen, click New. It gives you a blank screen. There's nothing else in here. And you just put in the information that you want to, you need to, or you must put in there. So you just put in the information in. And just like adding a cover, like a photo to a patron, you just take an image of that book, photograph it, scan it, whatever, on your iPad, click upload, it'll take you to your My Computer, click the item, the photograph, go open, and guess what? That cover will then get copied across up into here, and it will come up there if it's an appropriate JPEG. It has to be JPEG, okay, for it to come across in here. And that's all there is to cataloging a book. But if you go and you say, don't you Skiss catalog? Absolutely, we Skiss catalog. So let me show you something. So let me just grab this ISBN number, Control C to copy it, okay, and let me exit out so that I can clear the screen. Okay, you don't have to do this, but I'm just clearing the screen because I don't want these 100 books, 100 items here to appear here. Okay, so let's go down. So here's my amazing facts. I got a brand new book and I want to catalog it, and I want to Skiss catalog it. So all you do is you just go New, blank screen. In the ISBN number field, just paste in with your barcode the ISBN number and then hit that button. Okay, right at the end. When you hit that button, it'll say, oh, it's been successfully imported. Go, has it? There it is. And there's all the information about that book. Okay? And that's all there is to catalog. Then all you do is you go to the copy area, put the barcode in, and it's done. Do I have to catalog my Skiss cataloging like that? So do I have to go New? Okay, it's telling me, do you want to save the record? I don't. But do I have to go New? Okay, and then insert the bar. Let me just go save. Sorry. Media cannot be blank. So if there's information that it requires, it'll ask you that. Okay, and then you just go save. Now, if I go New and then zap in the ISBN number of book, hit that button, put in all the details of the copies, then go save, then go New, put the ISBN number. Do I have to do that for 100 books? No, not really. So if you want to bulk Skiss catalog, that's an individual Skiss catalog, just go to Menu, go down to Catalog, and instead of Catalog, go to Global Catalog. When you go to Global Catalog, easy as pie. What you do is you put in all the parameters about the holding records, where the location, where the sub-location is, what the loan period is, what the renewal period is. Okay, the copy status is available. Put in the cost center if you've got one. Put in the supply if you've got one. Put in the cost for that book, and then you just go zap in the ISBN number of the book and put in the barcode. Then zap in the next ISBN number of the next book. Okay, put in the barcode. Then the next ISBN number of the next book, and then put in the barcode, and that's all you do. So you just go ISBN barcode, ISBN barcode, ISBN barcode, ISBN barcode, and that's all there is to it. And if you zapped in an ISBN number of a book that doesn't exist on Skiss, you're just going to get a red mark to tell you it does not exist on Skiss. Put it aside, manually catalog it, maybe come back to it in a day. And that's all there is to Skiss cataloging. Okay? Now, if you're Skiss cataloging and you're going to do bulk Skiss cataloging like this, you can set up your default spine labels. And when you do, I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but I'm going to show you the advantage of having set it up. So if it was set up, once you catalog your 2 books or 30 books or 200 books, all you need to do is go print on the bottom. When you go print, guess what? It's going to print out your call numbers and your spine labels in the order that you catalog them. And you can go, yeah, but it's a used sheet of paper. I want to start printing at the 18th spine label. So say leave 17 blanks. Generate, it'll move it all down to the 18th label and start printing. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah. Now, if it's so fantastic, how do I set up my spine labels? Easy. At the bottom of the screen, you click the up arrow. You click on default spine labels and just go and select one of the defaults in here. If it's not there, you might want to just say, you know what? It is so easy, so simple to use one of these defaults. I'll choose 12603. or 12601, or I'll choose Dataman, or I'll choose Avery, or I'll choose whatever in here. And once you choose that, you click the save, go out and buy that. It might cost you an extra $50 to just get rid of the ones you've got. You go with the default one, and guess what? It'll print and line up every time 100% of the time. So, small sacrifice to throw out your existing spine labels and go with what's on the system. Okay? And that's how it would work. All right, I've got my books on. I now need to circulate. How do I circulate? Well, if you thought cataloging was easy, circulation is even easier. So, menu, circulation, and circulation. Okay. Now, in the circulation screen, it'll always come up as checkout. You're ready to loan books. That's what's telling you. But you can go, I don't want to return books, loan books. I want to return them. Just click on the return, which is pink. And off you go and just check in all the barcodes of the books with the barcode reader. Zap in 30 books, 100 books, 300 books. Just get one after the other. Zap, 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 zap. And when you zap the books in, what will happen is it will go and it will tell you who had that book and if it's loaned in. But if there's any issue, it's going to pop up an error. In this case, it's saying this book's available. Go, oh, okay. Well, it looks like someone put it back on the shelf. So what you can do is you can go, I want a loan. So you want a loan, call up the person by name or by barcode or by surname, anything you like, or even part of a name. So just bring up a person, that's the person, and then enter the barcode of the book you're going to loan them, and there it is. And enter the next barcode of the book, and the next barcode of the book, and the next barcode of the book, or the next patron. Just put in their initials, okay, and it'll bring it up. And there, John Fernandez is there, and off you go. And that's all there is to it. Return a book, just go to return, and just go, that's the book I'm returning, and off it'll loan, okay? That's how you return books. So returns and loans, easy. You want to do overdues? Well, if you thought what we did was easy, overdues are even more easy. So menu and reports, and you can go to the reports and play around till your heart's content. You will not stuff it up and you will not waste paper. Just click on reports, and all the reports are already predefined, and we can even write other reports for you. We do not charge extra for anything. Once you become a user of our system, that's it. You'll never get, oh, I want a different overdue report, or I want a different email report, or I want a different catalog report, or I want a specific costing report. You can have anything you like, and it's all free. You don't pay a cent more. But we're going to go to the loans report. So if you go to current loans, or you can go to overdues, go to current loans, and loans by classification, just double click that and it'll load the report. Class grade equal to, click in there and say class grade equal to 8, 10, 11, and 12. So you can choose multiple class grades and then just go generate. And guess what? There's my 8s, okay? And then there's no other overdue, so just as well I chose the 8s, okay? And if you want to print it, you just up arrow and then go export it as a PDF and then print it out. And at least you got an electronic copy of it. And that's all there is to running a report. There's no housekeeping. There's no end of day, end of week, end of month. There's no nothing. You just use the system and enjoy it. If you need to contact us for anything, if you're new, at the bottom of your screen, you get these little 3 dots. When you click on that, okay, I'm logged in as a librarian, so it says hi librarian. If I logged in as Mike, it'll say hi Mike. If you logged in as Jillian, it'll say hi Jillian. And then you just put your question in there. And this is not a machine answer. If you use some of these chat boxes before, you type a question in and it answers you with some rubbish that has no relevance to your question because it's a machine answer. We actually monitor that for all new users, and we'll answer you. Okay, and you can talk to us with whatever you like. You can take screen captures and send it to us. You can do all that in here. Okay, or you can click on menu and then go to mailbox, and that's how you can talk to us because you'll get a history copy of every communication. Go, I want to create ticket. The subject is I would like someone to ring me and walk me through stock take because I've never done a stock take before. And the message will be a good time to call will be after 3 o'clock and before 3:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays because those are the only days I work. And then you just hit that paper plane there. That's it. And then what will happen is we'll call you back on that time. Or you can say, can you just send me a message, a tech note on how to do global changes? Because I'm trying to globally merge all my authors because I've got Fernandez, comma Mike, Mike, comma Fernandez, Michael A. Fernandez, Michael Fernandez's, and I'm gonna fix it all up. Show me how to do a global change. So you can say, send me a tech note, or you can say, send me a YouTube video, or you can say, send me a tech note and a video. And if I don't get it, I will then ask for a one on one training. You can do all of those things. Just put the information there and hit that rocket. What other ways do you get support? Plenty. Click here and then go all the way down to support. Okay, you can search for help articles, you can look at training videos, you can go to the FSI community and join that. You can even go and say, oh, I'm new, I just want a quick start guide. Okay, and the quick start guide is an amazing document that gives you all the things we've just talked about in a little bit more detail. Okay, and everything's up there, and it's a way to get you from nothing to go very, very quickly and simply and easily. And it's indexed, and you can print it out if you want to. There's no need to because it's always online and we're constantly updating it. But if you want to print it out, go ahead. It's very easy, or you can even download your own copy of it. Okay. So, thank you very much for the opportunity to present administrators training for SmartSuite new users. It is Michael signing out.